Hey everyone, I'm Max and this is my workshop. Today we're actually working on a knife for my brother. We got some flies around here though. He gave me a whole bunch of these and it's still kind of a mystery to me, but I spark tested it and it worked out pretty well. I cut the end of it off and then I took and cut down right here once I got down to it, and this is the piece that we ended up using. We've got a 36 grit flat disc on the angle grinder, Milwaukee. I love it. And yeah, let's get down to it. 36 grit, and we're going to start with the profile of the blade, get it worked down where we need it, take the scale off, all that good stuff. All right. Obviously it's just a rough out, but we got a little bit more of a profile. It's a lot smoother and the scale's been removed. So we'll clamp it flat and do a little more grinding. Anyway, got one side pretty much flattened out. There's a couple of low spots, but that's okay. And we're going to work on this side. So, got them pretty much flattened out and everything on the belt sander, and overheated it pretty bad. Not a good thing. And now I'm just going to rough in the bevels a little bit with the angle grinder with the flat disc. Still at 36 grit. And try not to go too far on either side, because you can't fix it after you do that. So we got 60 grit sandpaper and railroad spike for the sanding block, because it worked. And my last sanding block was just too dang small. Couldn't keep a grip on it. So I've already sanded down the other side of the blade, you know, the bevel, and so now I'm just matching this other side to it as close as I can get. Check it every now and then, make sure we're not going too far. But it's going to take a while. You probably can't see what I'm doing. I don't think you really have to. I've got the, oh shoot, whatchamacallit, the file guide, I guess you could call it a file guide, that I made years ago. I just out of mild steel, threaded the two sides, put some screws in it. It works as a pretty rough file guide. Gives you a stop so you don't go too far. Also makes the edge to handle transition a lot nicer. Now, I like making knives, but it's certainly difficult to make a living on knives. So normally if I make a knife as a gift, or somebody pre-ordered it, or something along that sort, just because it's hard to get paid what you're worth making a knife. So the blade it's got a rough normalizing cycle on it, just so it's back to where it goes. That ain't right. The metal back to what it originally was, where it's happiest. For these kind of things, drilling and sanding and heat treating, you want to do a lot of, well, not a lot, but maybe 2 or 3 normalizing cycles on a blade before you quench it, harden it. Just so there's not any extra stress in the knife. Gosh, this takes forever. I could take the angle grinder to it and take it down a lot faster, but that's scary because it's too easy to go too far with a power tool. Especially one like an angle grinder. There's so many different surfaces you've got to account for. Why not just have one? Take the time, do it right. So quite a bit has happened off camera. We did quite a few things. Drilled some holes for pins. Blade stayed pretty much the same as far as the shape. But I went ahead and did 2 normalizing cycles in the forge. We're gonna do 1 more before we quench. Alright everyone, that concludes part 2 of a knife for my brother, and it turned out pretty good as far as that goes. It hardened just fine, stayed fairly straight, and we have it tempered to a nice straw color. I don't know if it shows up on camera or not, but it's there, I promise. And yeah, thank you for sticking through it, and y'all have a great day.